Hello, Trailblazers. Welcome to Leader Insights. I wanted to join us this late Sunday night and talk a little bit about purpose before power. I was thinking today as I'm doing a little bit of the work that I do with Leader Insights and creating content, of course. And I've been reading a lot of the replies from the videos and content that we have on the channel. And one of the ongoing messages that I keep hearing about from the messages and response is how important being purposeful is in leadership. So we're not going to be here long, but I wanted to talk a little bit about purpose before power. There's this misconception that leadership is really about power and titles. And I think we need to dispel that. So I wanted to kind of create the distinction between power. Power can do a lot of things. Power can move mountains, but purpose moves people. And that's a really big distinction. So, too often leaders chase that authority, that title, and that control for the purpose of validation. But true leadership doesn't start with power, it starts with the why. When your leadership is anchored in purpose, everything changes. Stop yourself from leading from a stance of power and start leading from a place of service. So shift your thought process. When you begin to think about service, I think you begin to understand that purpose driven leadership begins to create a culture of care and understanding. And it builds trust, loyalty, and resiliency. And you cannot build that with titles or asking people to comply or be compliant. So I think that's super important. The other thing that I was thinking about is asking yourself questions about why do I want to lead? Why do you want to lead others? How do I show up? How should you show up for other people? Because when you understand your why, you begin to align yourself and have a clear picture of how you want to make decisions. And your voice becomes consistent when you know your why. You're not questioning yourself, you're not confused. And so you're creating a really nice level of transparency and clarity for the people around you. And it allows you to be unstoppable and influence the people in the right way. And I think that's really important. The last thought that I had here is for this week, if you are in a journey of self discovery and leadership, I'm going to invite you to define your purpose and write it down. Link it to every choice you make in meetings, in mentoring moments, in feedback, even in moments of self doubt, because leadership isn't about holding the power, it's about holding meaning. And leading with purpose before power means that we're putting people first and we're watching how our leadership begins to transform lives. So, just a short hello. And if you have any thoughts, comment, or if you'd like to hear more on different themes surrounding leadership, mentorship, please don't hesitate to leave us a note. And thank you so much and have a great Sunday night.